Hello, beautiful, brilliant Black women. Goddess born all. I hope that you are holding yourselves, daughters, granddaughters, nieces, and goddess daughters uplifted, held sacred, and protected. Hi, Black ladies. Beautiful, brilliant, always, right? I thought I'd come out here and talk to you a little bit about being warrior born as a goddess born. Now, we all know I do a lot of studying and I do a lot of reading and a lot of understanding of how people's minds work, how different cultures work, how the law works in different places. But it's also important that I be prepared for anything. Now, I am constantly talking to you guys. As soon as videos open up, I'm going, oh, held sacred, uplifted, and protected, right? That's what we need to be as goddess born. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more. You know, I know we talk about it off and on, but let's just go there. I've been talking more about protection. So as a goddess born myself, who is not just, my abilities are healer and warrior. So I'm a goddess born warrior and healer who is an empath. And of course, all goddess born Black women, Black girls are elemental. We just have different abilities and capabilities. But I really do believe there's not much any of us cannot learn, right? We have this fear that we should not be protecting ourselves physically. So that's what I've been working on when I've been talking to you all lately, is about your physical protection. So I'm gonna go outside again in the effing heat, girl, just for y'all, okay? Because we talked a little bit about concealed carry before, but we're going to talk a little bit more about it. And I also want you to meet one of my favorite aunties. And here she is. Yes, yes, girl, yes. I love she. I love she. I love she. For her, I go to a different type of range, okay? And it's an outdoor range where I can not only practice with my concealed carry and drawing and shooting, because some indoor ranges you can't draw and shoot. You have to lay the weapon on the table in front of you. And that's a great thing that you definitely need to do. You need to work on that. You need to work on just aiming and shooting, getting your stance right, learning which eye is what, right? And it just takes practice. There's no getting around it. It's like reading and comprehension. If you don't read, then you won't be able to comprehend, right? Because you need to learn what those words are and all of those things in order to decide that it makes sense for you, right? So the next part about reading is you have to practice. And if you want to get better at comprehension and understanding what you're reading and making, taking a position on what you're reading, you need to be able to, practice, write notes, right? Have a dictionary and a thesaurus right there. And it's the same thing when you're on the range. Each of the things you see me do, those are things that I've practiced over time. And it took me time to get used to carrying my concealed weapon. I didn't do it the first time that I got the weapon. I practiced with my weapon first with experts on a lane, right? So I did the same thing with her, Okay. So I'm going to take you guys outside. Let's talk about it. So my books prepare my mind, and I also prepare myself to be ready to defend my family, myself, or someone who's in dire need, right? Because there are laws around how you operate as a concealed carrier. Now, as a concealed carrier, most states you can only carry a handgun. And in each state, what is described as a handgun is different. Remember, I'm not an expert. I'm just taking you on my journey, girl. So this right here, I know it looks big, but actually this is a 20 gauge shotgun. And she's unloaded, as you guys can see. Maybe you can't, but she's unloaded. And when you go to shoot her, right, there's several types of bullets that you can put in here, and I'll show you guys those later. But when you go to shoot her, she has a wide spread. Remember I said you don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot. I'm gonna go to shoot. What you have to make sure of with this particular 20 gauge, now most people buy 12 gauges, but I'm a little shorty. I know I seem like I'm 9 feet tall by the way that I roll, but girl, 20 gauge is enough power for me, okay? So I just turned off the safety. We saw that she's empty, and boom, okay? You never throw your gun, if at all possible, but if I ran out of buckshots with this bad boy, or those cute ball and chain shots they got for this, I would go here then. See what I'm saying? So I'm showing you guys too another one of my belts. This does well under clothes like what we wear, you know, so right? Remember, a lot of us got boobs. So when I come out of this particular one, this belt grips so nicely. You can wear shorts if you want to. You can wear a skirt. You know, you can wear one of your cute outfits, and it will fit in, and it can ride low, which is having your gun deep, or you can have it higher, right? See that? And if you watched me, you follow, I'm following I'm actually following the sights on my gun. So I'm gonna come in close so that you can see the sights. Okay, y'all ready? So we know she's empty. Y'all know this is my baby. So if you look here, a lot of people, some people like for this to be colored, right? But you're actually going for looking through these right here all the way to here. And wherever this is pointing is where your bullet's gonna go, okay? So that's why it's important that you go to the range and you practice just straight shooting. Now, there are different types of ranges, but we can talk about that later. Right now, I want to make sure that Black women are starting to get their concealed carry. They are going with experts. You're getting on the range, you're practicing, and you're doing all the things that you need to do. I love y'all.